It's Stephanie, and I just want to share this with you. Look at this phone. Now, this is an iPhone 13, and um, would you say this is, what is it called? Damage, or would you say it's not working properly? I don't know what the name of it is called. Malfunctioning. It's just a mess. To replace this phone, it's $100 because I have the Apple Care. It's not my phone, but the person does not want to pay the $100. So I'm not paying for it. I say this is damage, which it is. Look, the camera, it's terrible. Poor iPhone. I only have an iPhone 11. This is a 13. It's all cracked because no case. So the lesson is they have to pay the $100 because I'm not paying for it. It has to be a lesson learned. Now, I know some parents are, maybe your friends, you would just pay the money and just, eat it. Well, I'm not because I don't have money like that, okay? And the thing is, don't you think we should learn from our mistakes, right? It's not that we rub it in the face. There is a way to replace this phone. So they just want now are just saying they're not going to pay it. So I don't know what to do. I guess I'm going to have to cancel the phone plan. And I don't know if I'll have to pay for the phone itself. But $100, you're not just going to replace it. It's I don't know. This is sometimes how people think. This is damage, and they're saying it's malfunctioning. No, this is damage. Look at it. But don't you think if we break our phones like this and you had a way to replace it, that you just pay $100? It's not seeing eye to eye. Sometimes you can't reason with people, and it's damaged, though, and it's from being dropped and mishandled. Look at it. I mean, it's terrible. Nothing when it works. Nothing. So, what do you think? Let me know. Would you call this malfunctioning or would you call this damage? And if your friend or your family member had dropped this, and you know, wouldn't you hold them accountable for to be responsible? We never learn a lesson if we're never held accountable for our actions. We never learn a lesson, including myself. My boss has held me accountable, when we don't listen and stuff. And I said to put a case on it. There was supposed to be a case on this phone. Nothing, no screen protector, no case or nothing. It's an iPhone. You know how slippery these phones are. And look at this. What would you say if somebody had broken the phone like this, right? It's would you say this is malfunctioning or this is broken? They broke the phone, right? So the $100 will replace it and they get a brand new phone, But the person, this isn't mine, but the person didn't put a case on it and they didn't put a screen protector, nothing on the phone works, so you can't use the phone. So isn't that terrible? So it's got Apple Care, and bye, Danelle. I'm not gonna be on here long, guys. But what would you say? If would you make that person pay the $100 to replace it so they learn their lesson? And if not, I'm going to just cancel the plan because it has to be a lesson learned. You know, I shouldn't have to pay for this. It has to be a lesson learned. They have to pay the money, so they can use the phone. I'm not doing it. I don't have extra money like that. Hey, Nate Cracko. But this is sometimes you don't see eye to eye with people. They don't want to take responsibility, and say that the phone's malfunctioning. No, this is definitely not malfunction. This is breaking it. Hey, Maria. There was no case or nothing on it, so there was no way. It was no responsibility to take care of something, like I know I cracked my phone and stuff and I had to pay the Apple Care, but there was no case on it or nothing. And, it's a very expensive phone. So we got to take care of our stuff, But I know some stuff happens, but I think that we should make people pay when they, I'm not saying like vengeance or anything. I'm just saying to learn a lesson, right? How do you feel? Agree with me or not. But anyway, sometimes we don't see eye to eye. But the truth is, the phone is damaged. Apple's not just going to give you a new phone for this. This is damage, and but they do replace the phone. If you have Apple Care, it's going to be $100 to replace the phone. Or they do have Apple Care where they can actually fix the phone. But this is, I have to go in person, and then they check it out. But look at the cameras. I mean, come on. It's just careless. I don't like this. You know, just want people to be more responsible. You know, money doesn't grow on trees. And even if we have it, I think you have to set boundaries for people and yourself too. You know, you can't just be a doormat. You know, yes, people make mistakes, including ourselves. But even when we overspend, we have to put something on credit and pay our bills and stuff, you know. But this is dealing with the phone, you know. Hey, Demile. Anyways, so let me know what you think. If you know, do you just let stuff go, or do you hold people accountable? And would you call this damage, or would you call this malfunctioning? I call it damage. Malfunctioning, they can fix the phone. This is completely damaged. Anyways, so the phone might get canceled because I'm not replacing it myself. So I'm going to have to cancel the plan and probably pay the balance, whatever this is. Yeah, pay the $100, right? It's a $629 phone, but it's like entitlement, and I'm not going to be part of that. I'm just not. You know, I work very freaking hard for my money. Even if I was very extremely rich, we still want to instill values in people, you know, and maybe it was a mistake, but this was no care taken as far as putting a case on it or nothing, no concern or care. So, you know, and I told them, you got to put a case on it and a screen protector, and they didn't. Don't listen. So this is a lesson. They're going to have to buy their own phone and plan. So does it make any sense? No, but people are they just want to walk on us sometimes. But I have to put my foot down. Okay? All right, guys. Well, if you like this, subscribe. I don't always do stuff, but I was just thinking of this because sometimes we do not see eye to eye, and people argue with you even though they're wrong. But let me know how you feel about this, if you ever gone through the same thing or people are just stubborn. Anyways, it's not easy. All right, guys. Well, I'll talk to you later. And my name's Stephanie. My channel is Jersey Love Steph, and I hope to see you again.